Also developing right now, a double shooting turning deadly. This happened in Miami Gardens early this morning.
2 people were killed after a shootout outside a hookah lounge. Local 10's Trent Kelly is live at the scene.
And he tells us what led up to this gunfire.
Well, Christy and Janice, we know that shooting happened after a fight that broke out in this very parking lot, steps away from that hookah lounge that you mentioned. At some point, people involved in that fight pulled out guns. Now, 2 people are dead, and at least 1 other has been detained for questioning.
When I heard the gunshots, I was like, oh no. We kind of already figured someone had to be killed.
Gunshots startling neighbors after a deadly double shooting outside a Miami Gardens hookah lounge overnight. The shooting starting with a fight, which eventually spilled out into this parking lot.
A lot of yelling. It was absolutely crazy. It was crazy.
It happened just after 2:30 this morning outside the Crew Hookah Lounge on Northwest 215th Street and 441. Police initially responding to a shots fired call. When they arrived, they found 2 people who had been shot. 1 person dying at the scene, their body covered up by a tarp right next to a parked car and several spent shell casings. The second victim rushed to a hospital where they also died. A witness telling the one and only off camera that it all started when a man was seen beating up a woman inside the lounge. At some point, things moved outside where they say another person tried to step in and stop the beating by pulling out a gun and opening fire. The witness says the man who was seen beating that woman was one of the victims who was shot and killed, along with a possible friend of his. Investigators spending hours at the scene, interviewing witnesses and towing away nearly a half-dozen cars. The medical examiner also arriving before taking away the body of the victim who died in the parking lot. While officers say 1 person has been detained for questioning, it's still unclear whether they will face any charges.
The message to the community is clear. If you see something, say something. And that's exactly what happened today. A fight started, authorities were notified, and we responded immediately.
And we do know a total of 3 guns were recovered by investigators here at the scene overnight. At this point, though, it's not clear who those guns may have belonged to or how many people in total opened fire here. Detectives now in the process of reviewing surveillance footage from that hookah lounge to try and answer those questions. For now, that is the latest live from Miami Gardens. I'm Trent Kelly, Local 10 News.